Tricia here on the Whack, and I have to be really honest with each and every one of you in the tribe. I actually started off making an episode on the conflict that is taking place in Kashmir, and I wanted to talk about the negative consequences of what would happen if India, China and Pakistan actually went to war. Now, if you know me, then you would know that when I sit down to research a topic, and I do a lot of research on my topics, sometimes you just find a particular topic taking another direction altogether. And that's exactly what happened with this episode. Somewhere in between my research, I felt like we weren't giving that much love and positivity to Kashmir, and especially to what is going on over there right now. We've gotten so lost in this whole India-Pakistan war that we've somehow forgotten that poor Kashmir is also there, right in the middle of it all. So on the Whack today, I want to dedicate this episode to sending as much love, positivity and energy to Kashmir by celebrating it with here are some of the most amazing facts about Kashmir that I bet you didn't know. Kashmir is so steeped in history that there is a theory that actually exists which claims to solve the mystery of what happened with Jesus' body. Now, we all know according to the Bible that when Jesus died, his body rose to heaven. But in Srinagar, in a part of the old town of Srinagar, there is a tomb that is called as the Raza Bol, which means as tomb of the prophet. And this tomb, according to a lot of historians, there's been a lot of documentaries around it as well, it claims to be the burial site of Jesus. If you visit the site, there's no indication, there's no hoardings, there's nothing to make it a tourist attraction. In fact, a lot of the locals are trying to underplay this. No one has physically ever been allowed to go to the site where the body has been buried, and of course, they're not allowed to exhume it. But there is a theory that says that Jesus had traveled to Kashmir so that he could learn under the Buddhists and the Vedic Brahmins. So we all know that Kashmir is becoming a very popular spot when it comes to winter sports. So of course the locals would be the first ones to indulge in these sports. There's very little to do, and there is a group of Kashmiri boys, from what I've heard, who are gaining momentum and a lot of acclaim for being some of the best snowboarders in the world. There are a lot of people that have gone and shot documentaries on them, and I'm sure that if they were given the chance, they could represent India even at an international sports level. Now just imagine this. For every 11th person that you meet on the road in Kashmir, the 12th person will be a soldier. He could be an Indian, a Pakistani or a Chinese soldier. Kashmir is in the Guinness Book of World Records for being the world's most militarized zone, with 1 million troops against a population of roughly 12 million inhabitants. After all, J&K is the only state in the world that is actually administered by 3 different countries, all 3 of which are very big nuclear powers. So we have our part of Kashmir, then you have Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and Aksai Chin, which is the part that is occupied by China. When we think of Kashmir, most of the time a lot of us will think of a predominantly Muslim state, one that is constantly at war, in a state of flux. But I think what we also need to realize is that Jammu and Kashmir, well, it actually has a vast diversity of ethnic populations, most of which are indigenous. There are 22 districts in J&K, out of which Uri, Srinagar, Badgam, Pulwama, Anantnag, Baramulla and Doda. There is a lot of stone pelting, anti-India demonstrations and the flying of the Pakistani flag. There are actually 15 ethnic and religious groups that comprise 85% of the population of J&K, and all of them are pro-India. You have the Shias, the Dogras, the Brahmins, the Sikhs, the Christians, the Kashmiri Pandits, the Rajputs, the Gujars, the Bakarwals, the Paharis and many, many more. What a beautiful and diverse state Kashmir is. After all, it's the only state that has a 36-course meal which is known as the Wazan, which is a Kashmiri speciality. It's the only state in India that is allowed to fly the state flag along with the national flag. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you are going to now say, but Karnataka also has a state flag, but it's officially allowed to do that and officially recognized. It's the only state in India that has its own constitution. It's the only state in India that has 2 capitals, Srinagar in the summer and Jammu in the winter. Yeah, because it's much warmer in Jammu and actually it doesn't even snow over there. It is the only state in India that today is making the world's tallest railway bridge, which actually is going to be higher than even the Eiffel Tower, which will be completed in 2018. Kashmir has so much to offer, and right now Kashmir needs all the love and support that it can get. So share this video. By doing that, you will also be sharing and spreading a little bit of love. I think politicians will do whatever it is that they need to do, but each and every one of us as citizens of India and citizens of this world, I think we need to give as much love and support to Kashmir right now. And the only way I think that we can do that is by appreciating them. Don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to subscribe and help increase the tribe. And of course, I can't wait to start a conversation with each and every one of you in the comment section below. I'll catch you again soon. Ciao. What advice now would you give yourself as a YouTuber that is starting out?
Maybe invest a little more.
Don't think too much.
Be more wise in our investments, creative investments.
Cities are getting denser by the day. They're getting more polluted. And it's high time that our government also starts considering spreading resources equally all over India.